Hello there guys, so in today's video we are gonna talk about an Assassination Classroom Manga or bonus chapter that would never been covered in the anime or even make it to the anime adaptation. So this chapter is only available in the manga, which is not available on anime. So for any of you guys who actually never read the manga before and missing out on some important things, I'm very sorry for you. So without further ado, in this bonus chapter of chapter 180.1, it's actually called a home time if I was not wrong. And we are gonna talk about the life of Koro sensei when he was actually on the holidays. I mean, we never get the chance to see what he's doing in the holidays. So let's go start right now. So in the first panel right here, we see that it's pretty much wintering outside. You can see the snow or the blizzard are actually really running heavy on the guy. And as you can see, he commented, "Really? Not even the government managed to find it?" And the other guy saying, "Yeah." And then we are gonna look at this guy here wearing a very heavy clothing with a backpack saying, "At long last, I have located, the one thing nobody knows." And we then see he's opening his goggles to see what Koro Sensei's hideout look like. And then he say his hideout. And this is gonna be the revealing of where Koro Sensei is when all of the class E students are actually, going on the holidays. Then we move on to the pub Azusa sub bar in the middle of the street. And then there's a girl saying, "Here, Hotaru, go take this to the table." And then we move on to this picture of a girl here who's seemingly holding a cup of sake. And then she said, "Around the day a New Year holidays, hot sake sales are pretty well or high." And then we get a glance look of it appears like to be Hotaru's mother, who apparently she closed her eyes, which then be revealed that she's clearly blind, so that's why she closed her eyes for. And then Hotaru said, "Mom's eyesight has worsened recently, so I've been helping out at the shop ever since." And then next page we move on to this guy right. They're pretty much just talking to each other. Pretty much saying about where his hideout is, probably where Koro Sensei's hideout is. And then the girl commentate, "But our shop tends to attract some odd customer." Onto this guy right here, who just apparently appears to be Mario. Mario drinking some sake saying, "Amazing seeker. Your reputation as a hitman is gonna go through the roof." And then the seeker respond with, "I analyze his fight speed and trajectory to narrow down some possible landing point. And one of those was right on the money." And then everyone just having celebration. And then we have two of these other weirdos over here. We have the guy named Chanta, who's appeared to be look like a duck. And we have this guy who just picking up his nose. Yeah, I don't know what his origin story is. And after then, we move on to this guy right here saying, "So, how his hideout look like from the outside? Was it well camouflaged? Yes." And then the seeker said, "Behold." And then as you can see, all of the hitman or assassin are looking at the picture waiting for it to load. And then we see our first glance of Koro Sensei's hideout. Now as we can see, his hideout is clearly made out of his face. And we can see that his hideout is clearly in the open. And yet his hideout looks really odd looking. I mean, like how the actual hell could he actually have a hideout that is next to a snowy tundra? And then we move on to the next panel. As you can see, that Koro sensei is pretty much entering his room saying, "Well, I'm beat." And then Mr. Seeker actually, if I could assume, was commentating on this saying, "So it's on the snowy plain, far from human civilization. But this is the most self-incriminating hideout I ever seen in my life." And then we have Mario, it appears to be shouting, and he's being so casual about it. And then we cut to Mario saying, "So, what about the inside?" And then he commented how they could actually have many times assassinate him, but in return get a bunch of grooming instead. He's saying every time we try to assassinate him, he grooms us from head to toe. And then he then look at his own hand saying, "One time he plucked out all of my peach fuzz and glues out my arms." And I've also heard that some people came home to their house squeaky clean with their porn magazine laid out on top of their desk. Which Mario put his cigarette a bit closer and continued to say, "So, I'm guessing his hideout is ridiculously clean, right?" But however, the Seeker actually showing up his another footage of his hideout. When Mario looks at it, we then get a swift glance of Koro Sensei pretty much having the most nastiest hideout that ever existed. Like imagine this tentacle creature have a really weird grooming fetish to people who are really much appears to be dirty. But then he reveals to be exposed to see that he is actually the dirtiest person himself. He has a landfill full of accessories, items, and all the sports stuff. All is in here, and also you have some toys as well. And another further dive into the one panel right here, you can see some few references of real life items, and also a Koro Sensei plushie Easter egg. And furthermore, Koro Sensei is pretty much playing with his goddamn minimized baseball field. And then we move on to another commentating aspect of what he actually have inside of his hideout that we can never get to see in the anime. So the guy commentate, or the Seeker commentate, "He's got a ton of those toys that family restaurants sell at the register. Of all people, I never expected an adult to give into the temptation. And the place is also littered with a bunch of cup ramen I've never seen before. I guess he must be one of those people who are sensitive to new instant ramen noodle products." And you can also see a pair of cosmetic as well. A cosmetic that, I don't know, should not fit well for Koro Sensei because he's not a human, he's an octopus. And then the Seeker further commentate, "Why does he even have a cosmetic? Well, he cross-dressed from time to time." And then we move on to another panel. You can see that there is a people takeout which been really pour in a bunch of packet sauce. It appears to be a ginger sauce. And then the Seeker further commentate, "He takes way too much ginger with his bowl takeout. And wash his disposable chopsticks so he can use them again." And then this one panel right here makes me feel in awe the most. You can see that in this one panel alone, you can see that Koro Sensei is actually eating the people takeout, which actually he bought, which is very cute. This is the most, by far, the most wonderful looking picture of Koro sensei I've ever seen. This is by far the cutest looking picture that God ever made, Mr. Yusei Matsui ever made. And then the seeker further commentate, "Oh yeah, how does he pay?" And then the other guy commentate, sorry, "Oh yeah, how does he pay his living expense? I hear he draws a lot of cash on his student. How does he do all this on teacher's salary?" Like, we never knew how Koro sensei could buy a lot of things for his student. As for example, with Ritsu, when Koro sensei was first time fixing her, he then said he fixed her with a lot of money, and then he just have only one couple coin of yen left on his pocket just to spend it on Ritsu. We don't know how he could ever do it, but it will soon be revealed. As Seeker further on looking at the footage, he then said, well, he doesn't seem to have any other jobs. And just when I thought he didn't have any income outside what he gets from teaching, well, something unexpected happened. Suddenly, Koro sensei's eyes become those of a bee stalking a herbivore. You can see Koro sensei went a bit, serious on his own side. And then they got further commentate, "You're not telling me he's mugged someone, are you?" Which actually, that is a lie, as you can further see in the next panel over here. You can see that he's actually started gambling and really just want to get money from gambling. And he does it all at home, so he could pay for his student. And then we on to the guy who commentate the horse race, saying, and Takiro O'Brien is starting to gain on the front runner on the outside. Mitsuki Pandora is still lagging behind, and Okagi Onigedon is stuck on the inside. Oh, here it comes. And, oh yeah, come on. Now, as we can remove the panel here, we can see that both of the guys are pretty much disappointed how Koro sensei usually acts outside of school. And then we want the next panel say, Koro sensei yelling, "Oh no! Oh, he lost!" Which TN actually said, "Just imagine this in Joseph Joestar voice and you're golden." But I don't know who translate this. If it's Yusei Matsui, I believe not or yes. Because if he doesn't know anything about JoJo during that time, he makes this bonus chapter, he'll probably do this just for kicks. And then we move on to Koro sensei, adult weakness, and it's clearly revealed he is a stingy gambler. And we furthermore move to the Mario saying, "Oh come on, don't cry over 300 yen. To add insult to injury, he brought only a ticket for crowd favorites. Even he did win, that he'd be making peanuts." And then we move on to the next panel over here, where Koro sensei is too much angrily and sweatingly pick up on a scratch ticket and planning to scratch it. And then what Mario commentates is that after that he planned his revenge with his scratch ticket lottery. And then the other guy said, "Let me guess, he only bought one ticket." Then we can see in the next panel, we can see that Koro sensei is extremely frustrated that he cannot even scratch the scratch ticket. And then we have furthermore the guy saying he was pretty upset after losing in a horse race. Unfortunately, he didn't realize that his finger wouldn't be able to scratch the stuff off the tickets. Now this part I found really funny because he is definitely an octopus who actually doesn't have a finger. He only used a feeler just to grab things and pretty much pick up stuff. Now we've now unfortunately we have to end the chapter here because my phone memory is not actually have enough space in order to make a really long video. So sorry guys, this will have to be 15 minutes long. But if you guys do much want another part of this video, please give us a little bit of 10 to 15 likes. If you really do enjoy me commentating the story, except for the stuttering, if you just subscribe and just let me know what you guys want for me to interview next or review next. Anyways, I'm Samurai Goku, and I'm out.